So to give you a quick overview, the cycle of burnout starts with normal life. This is where we are flowing along pretty well in life, we have a good balance, and we feel like things are going good. The next stage of the cycle is the struggle. This is where, if we're getting burnt out, this is where it's happening. And it's also where we generally will live in burnout, because that happens for most people. People who get burnt out live in burnout for a period of time before what I call the catalyst happens, which is the next part of the cycle. Something that happens in our life that shifts how we think about the world, how we think about our life, and it makes us review and really rethink, is this what I want my life to be? After the catalyst comes rest, review, recover. This part of the cycle is where we start to pull apart our lives. We actually allow ourselves to rest. We allow ourselves to actually rest our body. Because for those of us who have been burnt out, the fact is it affects us physically. And if we're exhausted, most of us can think of a time when we've been exhausted. And you're just like, oh, I just want to sit on the couch or lie in bed and not do anything, right? So we need to rest our body. During this stage, we review our life and we start to ask ourselves, is this really what I want my life to look like? And we go through a recovery process. We actually recover from the overwhelm of stress that we've been living in our struggle. And then the last part of the cycle is our new way of life. So if you go through the rest, review, recover process, you discover things that you're like, well, that wasn't helpful. And that is probably why I got to burnout. So, okay, I don't want to do that again. So we learn new things about ourselves and we start to go, you know what? I don't want to do that. So we make new changes, we make new choices, we take action in a different way. Now, I said this is a cycle, and that's because this new way of life now becomes our new normal. And this is why we need to be really aware of our red flags so that we can, because so you go through the whole cycle, you get to a new way of life, that then becomes your new normal. And then before you know it, the struggle starts to set in again. We become busier, things start to feel a bit off kilter, and before you know it, we're going to hit a catalyst and the cycle continues.